Players Club, welcome. Bem-vindo ao nosso canal, The Players Club. Meu nome é Daniel Clouston. O nosso propósito aqui é a gente criar laços, tá? A gente faz parte do L'aMour. Por favor, se inscreva no canal do Coach Mike. Coach vem aí apresentando inúmeros jogadores americanos, técnicos, afiliados ao futebol americano e outros esportes, tá? O nosso objetivo é criar laços entre o college dos Estados Unidos, a NFL, empresas que querem trabalhar aqui no Brasil, que querem investir em jogadores. Tá? Então, o Players Club ele vem trazendo aí inúmeras entrevistas. Semana passada a gente teve o Victor Hugo, Mega, né? Uma grande personalidade, cara que já passou por inúmeros times, inclusive seleção brasileira, jogou lá fora e tudo mais. Dá uma olhada na semana passada, tá? E não se esqueça de deixar o seu joinha aí, tá? Não se esqueça de inscrever no nosso canal, L'aMour, Players Club, tá lá, procura, a gente vai nessa, beleza? Agradeço, algumas coisas vêm acontecendo. Bom, primeiro de mais nada, né? Temos aí a nossa segunda camisa, uma camisa muito, muito bonita, né? Já vem mudando com o tempo, do nosso Spartans, aqui de São Paulo, né? O Spartans é um time muito tradicional, veio lá do Flag, na verdade, foi um dos meus primeiros times aqui de São Paulo a ter contato mesmo, assim. A gente começou, eu e meu irmão, o Diego, a gente começou com esse time de Flag, só lançando bola, conversando com a galera e tal. Infelizmente, a gente não conseguiu dar partida na carreira pelo Spartans, mas tenho grandes admirações aí, com inúmeras estrelas, Peninha, QB, que veio jogando, hoje talvez virem um técnico aí, mas veio jogando como QB, arrebentou, foi campeão, vice-campeão inúmeras vezes e fez muitos bons jogos, junto com o Jesus, o wide receiver também, que jogou por eles, o Jeff, né? Tem os irmãos Neutro e Nutro, uma coisa assim, gêmeos, que foram... um era running back, o outro era linebacker. Tem inúmeros jogadores que passaram e hoje estão brilhando em outros times, né? O Spartans realmente é um time muito querido aí para a maioria dos jogadores de futebol americano, conhecido aí no Brasil inteiro. Então tá aí a nossa camisa, número 8. Na verdade, essa camisa era do meu irmão, né? Que jogou por eles e tal. Mas quero mandar um salve aí para toda a galera do Spartans. E se você quer a sua camisa aqui, manda um recadinho aí para nós, tá? A gente tem outras camisas que a gente quer também estar falando um pouco, contando um pouco da história, beleza? Mas vamos aí, algumas coisas que vem acontecendo, né, no esporte hoje. A gente tem aí notícia dos jogadores retornando à prática esportiva, né? É uma coisa que vem mexendo com muitas pessoas, porque vem aquela dúvida, será que a gente volta, será que a gente não volta? Como é que vai ficar o esporte daqui para frente, né? E não sei, acho que na minha opinião é muito mais provável que os jogadores voltam, pelo menos aqueles que são profissionais, né? Porque você tem aí o controle, né, dos jogadores que hoje têm que ficar em casa pela pandemia e tal, mas pelo menos nos clubes eles estão testados, né? E a gente está vendo aí que até na NBA e outros esportes lá fora, esses jogadores vêm contagiados e aí eles são tratados, né, adequadamente. E eu acho que é isso que vai acontecer aqui no Brasil também. É verdade, o brasileiro adora imitar o gringo, mas eu acho que nessa parte é uma vantagem, né? A gente teve alguns jogadores do Corinthians se apresentando com Covid e tal, outros jogadores também que vão vir, mas eu acho que é uma oportunidade deles serem testados, né? Não sei o que você acha, mas eu acho que é muito bacana você ver isso crescendo em relação à preocupação com as pessoas, né? Eu sei que daqui para frente também os familiares vão ser testados, talvez os amigos deles também podem ser testados, lugar higienizado e tal. Então, eu acho que isso dá aí dá um avanço para nós. Agora, falando de FABR, eu acredito que esse ano vai ser muito difícil a gente voltar, né? Até porque a gente não tem muito a gente não tem vínculo com ninguém, então a nossa preocupação é um pouco menor. E em relação a custos, a gente tem aí algumas equipes que vêm com preocupação de patrocinadores e tal, mas eu acho que isso a gente consegue resolver, é um pouco mais fácil para nós. Até porque a maioria dos times nunca tiveram grandes patrocinadores, jogos super importantes que tem que jogar e tal. Então a gente é um pouco mais flexível. E nessa área da gente conseguir voltar, eu acho que não tem que ter pressa. Eu acho que o mais importante é a gente pensar nas nossas famílias, no emprego, né? A gente pensar no nosso bem-estar, tá todo mundo se cuidando e quando tiver aí uma vacina ou talvez até remédio, a gente consiga tá apto a jogar e se divertir, que no nosso caso sempre vai ser esse, né? Infelizmente algumas equipes ainda lutam para a gente poder jogar esse ano. E eu também, eu quero jogar, né? Eu quero estar ali dentro de campo, quero estar treinando a galera. É muito difícil você ficar em casa e tal, mas a gente precisa voltar com precaução, a gente precisa voltar pensando, né, no bem de todos. Então, não tem por que ficar apressando ou, né, não sei, com alguma coisa na cabeça que a gente tem que voltar. Enfim, mas é coisa de se pensar, como é que vai ser daqui para frente, né? Será que vamos usar máscara? A gente viu aí alguns capacetes agora sendo totalmente fechados e só uma mascarinha do lado, não sei se vocês conseguiram ver, fica bem interessante como que vai ser daqui para frente, né? Mas logo a gente tem aí alguma vacina, algumas coisas que vamos voltar aí, vamos voltar 100%, beleza? Bom, nesse próximo segmento eu quero falar sobre motivation, tá? É muito importante. Por quê? A gente vai estar trazendo várias pessoas, como vocês viram aí o Mega, né, que veio a semana passada, conta sobre trajetória, toda a história que ele fez, muito legal mesmo. E você percebe que é um cara muito dedicado, que é uma pessoa, como os outros que vão vir também, que se doou 100% daquilo que acreditava ter um sonho, naquilo que ia conquistar. E o nosso objetivo aqui não é só ouvir a história dos outros, né? E a gente vê essa história como, puxa, que legal que ele fez, né? Mas não, é para a gente refletir naquilo que a gente também pode fazer, né? O Players Club, ele traz essa motivação, né? Ele traz essa ganância, essa coisa de eu preciso fazer alguma coisa para ser melhor. Eu preciso ser melhor hoje do que eu fui ontem, sabe? Eu preciso ser melhor hoje para eu mostrar o amanhã. Então isso é muito importante. Para quem me conhece, para quem não me conhece, eu joguei nos Estados Unidos pelo high school. A gente vai falar um pouco com o Cody sobre isso. Joguei no college também, joguei semi-profissional, já fui coach aqui no Brasil por inúmeros times, também passei pela Europa, fiz camps, enfim, minha carreira é muito grande aí dentro do FA. E uma das coisas que eu sempre propus a mim mesmo. Então, se a minha live não foi tão boa na semana passada, eu vou tentar melhorar essa semana. Se essa semana foi mais ou menos, a semana que vem eu vou fazer ainda melhor. E por aí vai, e a gente vai aprendendo com isso. Então, eu quero trazer você com a gente. Eu quero que você traga aí as suas conquistas, tá? Seja ela pequena, como, não sei, quero estudar mais, seja ela com um objetivo grande, quero um dia ter minha casa, quero construir alguma coisa. O Players Club quer trazer você dentro desse mundo, tá? E para isso, você vai ter que lutar. Para isso, você vai ter que fazer sacrifícios, como a gente faz no FA. Sacrifícios que vêm de ter que levantar mais cedo, de ter que doar um pouco mais de você para que você realize aquele sonho que está na sua frente. Então, levanta, cara, levanta da cama. Não tem tempo? Meu, faz tempo. Ninguém tem tempo. O meu tempo é igual ao seu. Levanta mais cedo, vai correr. Levanta mais cedo, vai estudar. Levanta mais cedo, vai ajudar alguém. Isso vai fazer a diferença para você, vai fazer você chegar naquele sonho. E cada dia você tem um papel um pouquinho maior. Cada dia você vai fazendo uma coisa um pouquinho além, tá? Isso é super importante. Existe 4 fatores da vida, cara. primeiro, você tem que ter algo para você, né? Você tem que ter um sonho, você tem que ter um objetivo para você chegar. Você tem que ter alguém que acredite em você. Então, se reúne as pessoas boas, as pessoas ao seu redor, que são boas igual você, tá? E você tem que ter alguém para amar, alguém para te amar, alguém para estar ali, para te apoiar, né? Que você acredita e tenha fé, muita fé que você chega onde você quer, beleza? Então tá aí uma das coisas. Notícias, a gente já passou um pouco. Bom, eu tenho uma novidade, tá? Eu falei no meu canal particular lá, mas eu quero trazer para vocês. Aí, essa semana eu recebi o meu querido Jaspion, tá aí o Jaspion, galera que não conhece, ou galera que conhece, é mais das antigas, ó. Tá na caixinha, original, tal. Quem sabe um dia eu abro ele aí para vocês. Mas queria compartilhar aí essa oportunidade com vocês. Nosso querido Jasper é uma outra coisa que eu gosto muito, colecionar essas figurinhas, né? Essas coisas mais das antigas. Beleza? Então, agradeço mais uma vez. Nosso próximo convidado especial, cara, joga muito. Daqui a pouco ele está entrando aí e a gente vai bater um papo com ele, tá bom? Então, aguarde nós, daqui a pouco voltamos. Cody!
How are you, man?
All right, dude. How are you?
Very good, very good. And yourself?
Wow. Yo, listen. I gotta say, man, like just this song gives the chills, but the way you guys did it, like at that moment, oh man, like there's no way you couldn't have won. There's no way you couldn't have won, man. I mean, congratulations on a big ass win. Oops, we can't say ass here, but congratulations on the win, man. And congratulations on the big team. Cody, L'aMour. Pretty soon you're gonna tell. Okay?
It's French. Lamoreaux.
L'aMour. Oh, I gotta pick on Coach Mike. He gave me so many names. Like, no, it's a very well-known name. Blah, blah,
Well,
blah. Like,
he was contacting me. He's like, "Hey, man, how do you say your name?" And I was like, "You're not the first to mispronounce it." I remember in high school over the loudspeaker, a lot of people didn't realize the X was silent, so they'd be like L'aMourX, and I was like, "Ugh. It is what it is. It's a tough name. I know it is."
yo, listen, you're in the States, a tough name. When you come to Brazil, it's like, I might as well just spell it for you, right?
And like the weirdest thing, no one, I guess here in Brazil, no one's heard the name of Cody, so they say it like Koji.
Oh, yeah. They put an E for a lot of things, but
Yeah,
hey, listen.
I'm used to it now.
I want to do this a little bit. I don't want to leave these Brazilian guys who really admire you. I got to tell you that right now. You gave me some big headaches for the last 3 years. So I just got to say that before we start. But we're talking to Cody, right? So for some parts, I will just do a little translation so people don't get lost. Campeão, vice-campeão 2018. Baita jogaço contra a Portuguesa. A gente vai falar disso daqui a pouco. Campeão 2019. Acesso à BFA. Campeão também da BFA. Tipo, mano, vocês ganharam tudo. You guys won everything, man. And now, just this period of time, I'm sure you're just dying to get on the field. I'm sure you're just dying to get against some people that been talking about you guys and everything. So, well, first of all, let's back up a little bit and let's get to know Cody. Who's Cody? For those guys who doesn't know who you are, tell us who you are.
There's not much to me, man.
Come on, man.
I'm from Pennsylvania, a very small town called Sweet Valley. If you tell even other people from Pennsylvania, my city, they don't know where it's from.
Uh-huh.
So I'm from there, just a kid, loved growing up playing sports. My father was like a huge background in that. He was like my coach ever since I was 6 years old playing football.
Mm-hmm.
Then growing up, I just stuck to football, like everything. I even coached it.
Right, 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 right.
Not
Do you,
much to me, man.
hey, listen, let's get to our background a little bit because the last time I sat with you, it was
Yeah.
2018, right after that game. My God, that game. Ah, and it was awesome, man, because we kind of like listen, and then I think we didn't play together, but when we get to the American football stuff, we played in the same league, and I will tell you more about it. But we lived very close together. I
Okay.
lived in Hancock, New York, and you live in Pennsylvania, so you lived right across the border. But
Yep.
you said you live near Wilkes-Barre, right?
Yeah, actually, like 20 minutes away.
20
It's
minutes.
the closest city to me.
Okay, okay. And you knew the border of Hancock in New York there? You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, I know right
you heard
well.
of it. Yeah, Rule 17, Hancock. Okay. So yeah, we got to talk a little bit. And then we'll talk about your team, the professional team that you played for. We'll talk more a little bit later. But I wanted to ask you something. Então
Yeah.
aqui a gente está falando um pouco sobre a história dele, da onde que ele veio. Eu tenho até um vínculo com ele muito forte porque a gente jogou na mesma liga e tal. Before anything, Happy Father's Day, dude. Congratulations.
Muito
Congratulations on
obrigado.
your kid. Excellent. You're going to
Yeah.
tell me more about that. But I want to know, Cody, your mentor guy. Who's your mentor, your helper, your guided? Like, who have you been guided through? Uh, can you put into words anything about these people that have been through your life?
I'd have to say it's honestly a lot of my coaches that helped me because your parents they don't really get to see you as much. You're usually at school. Then after I'm
Mm-hmm.
done with school, you go right to practice. But I'd say my father he played a big hand in keeping the drive and the love for the sport and just being a good human being in general. Uh, and then my mother as well. She played a big part, big supporter. And like if I
Mm-hmm.
was ever like felt down about myself, they'd be like, "That's not you. That's not how I raised you." So
Uh-huh.
I give a lot of credit to my parents.
Então, ele está falando um pouco dos pais que ajudaram bastante, alguns coaches, né, que foram uma influência na vida dele, as pessoas que motivaram ele a chegar onde que ele está hoje. And your family, you have family members besides mother, father, you have a sister,
Yeah,
brothers?
yeah. I have 4 brothers and 1 sister. I'm the baby of them all. And
No way.
yeah. And none of them were really into sports. None of them.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I think my one brother he was a wrestler. Other than
Uh-huh.
that, no one played sports ever.
Oh man, come on, man. I mean, I
I
hope that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. And tell us about your wife, Cynthia. How did you guys
since
meet?
Cynthia. So yeah, it was actually through one of my teammates here on the Weilers,
Huh?
Pedro Cedillo, one of our left tackle.
Huh?
So a week before I came here to Brazil in 2018, this girl Cynthia added me on Facebook, and immediately after she added me, Pedro messaged me. He was like, "Hey, I told this girl about you that you're coming to Brazil to play here for the Weilers."
Uh-huh.
And then I actually didn't speak to her for the first month of being here. And after a month, she like messaged me. Had to do Google Translate. She didn't know any English at this point, and I knew very, very little Portuguese. But after that, we finally like went out on a date, and after a month of being here, and then we just continued to date, and then after the season was over here with the SPFL and I was going back home, I asked her, I was like, "Hey, would you like to come back to Pennsylvania with me and meet my family?" Because I
Mhm.
mean, feelings. You just when you
Sure.
might have met the one,
Uh-huh.
and when I brought her back to America and met her my family and how like my family embraced her, there was no, even though there was a big cultural difference, my family loves everybody.
Uh-huh. Good.
And after it was right around, I had proposed to her on New Year's. I just knew after 3 months of her being there, because we didn't know how long she was going to stay with me.
Uh-huh.
But after 3 months, I knew she was the one for me. And then I started like secretly like planning how to propose to her. And then the rest is history, man. You know what I mean? Like now we planned our wedding here in Brazil. We got married last year in December. or no, this year, but in December.
Uh,
The rest is history now. You know what I mean?
so can we say you're officially Brazilian now, or?
Yeah, yes, I have the Brasileiro paperwork saying I'm
Really?
married. Since you're married,
Oh
yeah.
man, congratulations.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Então, como a gente está falando aqui, tem 4 irmãos e 2 irmãs, cara cheio da família, e também conheceu a Cíntia, que é a mulher dele, na verdade, pouco tempo, mas conseguiu ter um vínculo com ela logo que ele chegou, e já foi para os Estados Unidos, levou, tal, conheceu a família inteira, e agora tá aí, já estão casados, já tem até um filho. Tell us about your son, man. What's his name?
Ooh, daughter, actually. It's going to be a girl. I'm going to be a girl dad.
It's a girl dad. Good.
Yeah, I'm going to be a girl dad.
Okay.
So we decided on the name. At first, we were going to go with a different name, but then we were looking at more girl names, and it just stuck out to us. Cassiana.
Cassiana. Very different.
Cassiana L'aMour. We're still kind of like debating on a middle name.
Uh-huh.
But Cassiana is definitely set. Like I
like it.
We're already buying things for the baby, and we're just already like, oh, it's Cassiana. It's really good to find out the sex and now give the baby a name, and it starts giving you more motivation to be a better father, a better person in general.
That's awesome, and I can tell you, Cynthia is a well-known girl. Especially when we get to the finals, we can definitely hear her.
I know it, man. What's nice, my mother was like the same way, so it's like I have a little bit of an American with me. I can always hear like during the game too.
Dude, that's what I wanted to get to. Like, how is it for you, man? Because like I played here for a while. I went to the States, and I lived in the States for 15 years, and that was very hard not to have a family together. I had some close people who I considered my family that helped a lot, but there were times that you feel like, you really needed that. I went to Europe, and some of those Norwegians didn't speak any English. It was extremely difficult. They had a totally different atmosphere and the way they do things, and it was very hard. And there was moments that you're like, man, I can't take this anymore. And the language, dude, I couldn't imagine the language. How was that? How did the team, or how did the atmosphere go for you? How did you cope with that?
So, first off, what's nice is football is football. You don't really need a special language for that one. I'll give you that. Yeah. But for Portuguese, it is a very, very, very hard language to learn. And a lot of teammates when I first got here were like, us Brazilians still can't even speak good Portuguese yet because it's just such a tricky language. Mm-hmm. But what got me through, Coach Alex, he knows very good English. The president, Camargo, speaks very good English. I mean, not great, but I understand him very well.
Yeah.
A lot of guys on the team actually speak very good. Lizo, one of the offensive linemen, he speaks very good English. So there was like, at times, like, Coach would talk to the team, he'd address them, and then I have to come up to him after. I'm like, hey, Coach, what did you say? I'm sorry. You just stand there and you're shaking your head like, yes, sir, yes, sir. But at the end of the day, like, it's football, and, like, football how I was brought up and how the culture is here, it's still growing. But, like, you bond with each other. You spend 2 hours, maybe 3 hours a day together, and you're hitting each other over and over, and like a mutual respect is built, even if they're during the times things get heated. But like I said, Coach Alex and a lot of the guys who spoke English, even tried, they really helped me adjust to it. And then also having an American usually with us, like you start going through the same things, you can relate to each other about the same things. But like I said, like, I'm here to play the game I love, so it was easy for me to transition with that.
Right. As long as you put that in your mind, I think it helps go by, and it helps you tighten up with people. Then if you came for a job, like, just dealing with paperwork with a lot of problems, Glory, it works a lot. Well, when you start winning, everything works, right?
Yeah, hey, winning does cure a lot of things, man. It really does.
Of course. Então, uma das mensagens que a gente colocou aí, que a gente perguntou para ele, foi em relação à mulher. Ele está tendo uma filha, parabéns aí para ele e para a Cíntia. É muito legal o casal, tá sempre junto. Isso que está trazendo essa união dele. A gente falou um pouco das dificuldades em relação ao português, né? E ele fala que os coaches já sabem inglês, então facilita um pouco mais para ele, mas em relação a tudo, ganhar facilita um pouco, facilita muito. Tell us about the culture, man. Like, what is it like for you? Because I brought some family members here, I brought some friends, and they like it, they enjoy it. But it comes to a point they're like, why are these guys so happy? Like, how come they're always, open and they always want to let it out? I don't understand, but it just feels good. And then they leave and they want to come back. What is it like for you? What difficulties did you go through with this cultural aspect of it?
I can't say I had too many bad experiences. I honestly can't say I've actually had one bad experience here because of the culture. I think with meeting Cynthia too early when I came here and living with Brasileiros, mm-hmm. It helps you. What's the word I'm looking for? It helps you. I don't know the word for. Yeah, exactly. It helps you adjust to like a lot quicker to it.
Yeah.
And it becomes easier because I'm here to play football, and it's something I grew up like loving. It was even since I was 6 years old. I knew I wanted to try and play football for as long as I could, or be a part of it in some way.
Mm-hmm.
But I think just coming here and like having the good, like Coach Alex, Camargo, just a good atmosphere helped me adjust to the culture. And your food here in Brazil is 100 times better than in America. I'll give you that hands down. My wife wouldn't even she would not even eat American food. She's like, what is this? And to her credit though, we don't have that best of like, for when I eat food, I don't need seasoning, garlic, onion. For me, you could put it in the oven, bring it out, I'll eat it. But your food here, it definitely was a easy adjustment. Your food is delicious here in Brazil, man.
Yeah. But we got to see something about the pizza, though. I do miss, like the pizza is the only thing that I'm like, oh my God. I go to New York and say, just give me a pizza, man. Or Philly cheesesteak.
Oh, Philly cheesesteaks are very good. I mean, it takes me a little bit to get the Philly. I've actually only had like Philly cheesesteaks only 2 times in my life. Because it's a line a mile long trying to get like a legitimate one.
Yeah.
But pizza, no, I prefer your pizza here in Brazil.
For real?
Pizza at least in Pennsylvania, they seem very plain with just the tomato sauce and cheese. Where here you have cheese, chicken, blah 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 blah. It's way better here, in my opinion.
Então a gente está falando um pouco das dificuldades que teve para se ajustar aqui no Brasil, e ele fala um pouco da família, né? Então a família que ajudou muito ele, a mulher dele junto com os familiares dele, que ajudou essa adaptação aqui, mais o time, né? E agora a gente está falando um pouco da comida, e ele fala que a comida aqui é uma das melhores e sem problema aí de comer. E a gente está falando de pizza, que ele prefere daqui, eu prefiro mais de lá. Okay, Cody, so now we're getting to football, man. But take a step back. 6 years old, you started playing sports. We know in the States, you played several sports because of seasons. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I love the fact that we play all year in football here, but it gives a toll on your body. But I know that, but I love it, man. You play anytime. But tell us, did you play any other sports, or were you just a football guy?
So from the first sport I actually played when I was 6 years old was actually football. And then 7 and 8, I started getting into baseball. I wasn't the greatest, but I was decent. You know what I mean? I wasn't heavily recruited like I was for football out of high school. But then as I got a little bit older, then I got into basketball. And it helped me really transform as an athlete playing basketball, especially being like multi-sports. And then as I got into junior high, around like 14, 15 years old, I started doing track and field. So that, again, like that helps you become a better, well-rounded athlete. But then as I started to age, your last couple of years in high school, my high school coach went to my parents and was like, listen, your kid, Cody's not going to get heavily recruited out of these sports. Why don't you just have him quit playing these sports and just come play football all year round? Well, not all year, but you train for it for the season.
Sure.
So I kind of didn't really have a choice. You know what I mean? My parents would like blackmail me where they'd be like, hey, if you don't do this, we're not going to do that. So it really became not a choice, like no choice, but I love the sport that much. And I put so much time into it, and I was pretty good at it. You know, I'm all right.
Ok. Então, I have to tell these guys this.
Não problema.
Começou, né, se envolvendo em vários esportes aí, inclusive basquete, beisebol e tal, e depois entrou nos esportes em geral, só que os pais decidiram um caminho para ele que era de futebol americano. E aí ele começou só a treinar mais pro futebol americano, até porque o técnico começou a encher o saco e queria ficar mesmo no futebol americano. So, tell me about Lake Lehman in Pennsylvania, your high school years, man. Love those.
So I miss them from here and there, but I would never want to go back. You know.
Okay.
So it was good. Like Lake Lehman, we're a very small school. Like we're way out there. I remember even when recruiters would come to see me, they were like, "I never heard of your high school until I saw your film." Wow. Very small, very, very small high school. I think we graduated about 200 only in my class.
I think that's small, man. My graduating class was 45.
Oh, okay. Well, then you have me beat on that one. What else? It was such a small town. Everyone, you couldn't get in trouble without having like your next without someone finding out. So like everything, it was a tight-knit community. Everyone looked out for each other. But again, like since it was so small, nothing you didn't get around.
Did you get in a lot of trouble? Tell us the truth, man.
Not too much trouble, but like, you know, when you're younger, you start drinking, blah blah blah, but never got in serious trouble. Nothing with like the police would have to come find me.
Oh, okay. I lived in upstate, and me and my brother were probably the only colored people there. So we were always getting in trouble with the police somehow. Yeah, that got a lot of trouble, but that was nothing big. I mean, our mother was so tough that people just knew her all around. Like you said, they know everybody. Everybody knows everybody. So you really can't get into a lot of trouble without everybody knowing, and then you figure out like, okay, this guy's gonna tell on me, so I'm not gonna do something stupid. But yeah, football definitely the biggest thing in these small towns. Going upstate. Então a gente tá falando um pouco do high school, dos momentos de high school, e ele fala que curtiu pra caramba, né? Mas assim, não foi momentos brilhantes na carreira, mais a questão de jogar e não entrou em muitos problemas assim. No high school foi mais tranquilo para ele. So then you got recruited to go to college. Did you get a scholarship? Golden Bears, man. Golden Bears.
Yeah, Kutztown. So what I would tell any high school kid that is watching right now, or any Brazilian that has an opportunity to go to high school, and if they want to go to college, really focus on your grades, because grades, I had good grades, but not good enough to get into Division I. A lot of coaches, they would tell me I have the talent, but I didn't have the grades to back it up.
We can see that now, man. Couldn't imagine how.
I even my dad, like to this day, he'll be like, just think where you'd be now if you focused on your grades in high school rather than going to a party or going out with your friends. You know what I mean? But I was blessed to get a D2 scholarship, full ride, paid for everything. At Kutztown, it was a small D2 school, but we had a lot of success when I was there. We won the PSAC championship, Pennsylvania State Athletic Association. We won that my sophomore and junior year, made it to national playoffs, lost every time in the first round though. But it was still a good experience, a good growth for me as well, especially coming from such a small city, small town where you're a big fish in a small pond, but then when you go away to college, you're a small fish in a bigger lake, and it just it humbles you a lot.
What did you major in?
Human kinesiology. It's basically sports medicine.
Okay. I'm glad you said that because I wouldn't know.
Yeah, anytime I say that, someone looks at me like, what? And I'm like, it's a bachelor degree basically in sports medicine. Like, I can become an athletic trainer. I can become an athletic director.
Listen, Cody.
Anything with athletics.
I went to Morrisville University, and it was a junior college. Nothing like yours, Division two. I mean, you have Division three, and then you have the small junior colleges, just so people understand what it's like. And there's some competition, but they can't give you full ride like you did. Tell us, how difficult is it to be a student athlete? You know, have to get the grade, have to meet the practices, have to be there earlier than everybody else, leave later. Just tell us about that, man.
It's literally like having a full-time job. So from fall to all the way till you're done in spring. Fall, you'll report for camp, and that's 2 weeks before classes even start. So you're already there before any other students are. And then once you're done with that, then you get a normal schedule, but you still have to make it to 6 a.m. workouts. And then when you're done, you have to go to an 8 a.m. class. And usually as an athlete, you have to fit in all your classes before 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because then at that time you have practice. And then once you're done with practice, then you got to go to the library to study. And then say if me and I know a bunch of guys that I went in with, like after we were done with all that, we'd still go to the gym. And then by the time you get home, you're just so exhausted. I remember I actually partied more in high school than I did in college, because college, like, it's a full-time demanding job, man. It's not easy, but I wouldn't change it for the world.
For sure. Uma das coisas que ele falou que é super importante nos Estados Unidos, a gente considera muito as notas, né? Então ele saiu do high school e tinha que ter as notas excelentes. E como ele tinha umas notas boas, mas não era tão boa como a primeira divisão, ele entrou na segunda divisão com uma bolsa 100%. E isso fez uma grande diferença para ele, porque ele não tinha que pagar nada. Agora a gente está falando aqui das questões, como que é nas universidades, né? Para você estudar, estuda, e ainda tem que ir para treino, e ainda tem que ir para jogos, depois voltar a estudar, fazer academia. Tudo isso requer um trabalho imenso, um esforço tremendo para você se formar e ainda continuar jogando. Então, parabéns aí para o Cody, tudo que ele fez aí realmente, isso a gente não consegue tirar por nada. Eu passei pelas mesmas dificuldades. So then, after 2013, there was a coaching moment for you. What was it like?
Yeah,
Dallas, high school.
So, and it was, what was nice, it was a local high school. It was actually my rival high school growing up. One of my buddies that I played flag football with, actually, he was like, "Hey, man, I see you finished college ball. You graduated. What are you going to do?" And I was like, honestly, I don't know. Maybe get into coaching. Well, then luckily I said that because he was like, well, good, because I'm messaging you about coaching. I got into it, but the thing was the team was in a rebuild year. It just got a new head coach, and I was like the young guy in the totem pole. So what I said, nobody really wanted to listen. And I felt like it was a great experience. I wouldn't change it for the world, but it really taught me that I wanted to go back into playing rather than coaching at the moment. Just because I still felt like I had more to give. It was a great experience, but I'd rather be a player than a coach. There's a lot of pressure being a coach. As a player, you just go out and play.
I think that feeling when you want the guy to do something and he doesn't, or he just makes but I don't know, and you just want to put the helmet in there and freaking go in a game situation. You're like, get the hell out, let me do it. You can't hold yourself back.
That's exactly the exact feeling I had.
Yeah.
We had such a rough year. We went 3-8. We had a bunch of young kids, not a lot of old guys. We had a lot of upperclassmen graduated. So when I came in, it was like 15-year-olds playing against 18 grown men almost. And like you said, you're just looking at kids and you're like, how are you not understanding? But it's very hard. Like you try and teach the fundamentals, the basics, and like if he's gonna get it, he's gonna get it. If he's not, like, nah, he's not. Some people aren't made for football, you know.
I don't know, man. I would have to disagree with you on that one. As a teacher, you gotta say, it's okay, buddy. Just try again.
I know. I agree with you 110%. But
you have a kid now, man. You have a kid.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true.
Hey, listen, I don't know your wife that well, but I've seen her like enthusiasm. I was at the game, man. I was one of your games, and I could see her. Come on, dude. And then, like, if your kid have a little bit of her and all your talent, man, boom, right there.
Yeah, I'm not like. I agree with you. She's so outgoing and very vocal.
Passionate.
Where like Yeah, exactly. But when I'm watching, I'm passionate when I'm playing. But when I'm watching, it's like, all right, okay.
Então a gente falou um pouco de como que é ser coach, né? E ele teve essa oportunidade de ser coach nos Estados Unidos pelo pouco tempo, mas ficou muito frustrante para ele porque não conseguia passar esse talento, esse entusiasmo que ele queria para os jogadores. E alguns jogadores dele, ele fala que talvez não é para todo mundo, né? O futebol americano talvez não seja para todo mundo. Eu brinquei com ele sobre o filho dele, quando o filho dele crescer e a mulher dele que tem tanto espírito aí de união, de paixão pelo esporte, e ele fala que ele é um pouco mais calmo, né? Mas esse talento que ele tem junto com o jogador é maravilhoso. Minha próxima pergunta vai ser: um brasileiro misturado com americano com talento, cara. So imagine that, like they say the Brazilians have this jinga, have this, like improvising and this style, and like mixing together with your talent of football and your knowledge and your big daddy there, and see my dad doing this and that. Like, can you imagine how far this girl is going to be? Like she's going to be good, man. And she'll definitely be a good person for that matter, right?
Yeah, I was, and in my heart, I knew it was going to be a girl, but in like the back of your mind, I was like, oh, I hope it's a boy for like football reasons, But once we found out the sex, like I couldn't be more happier. I felt like I was truly blessed, and God gives you what I feel like you deserve. And yeah, I'm very excited, man. Whatever Cassiana decides to do, I support her 110%.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And I'm sure you're going to be a great dad. I was going to talk about this later on, but what is that responsibility for you? Tell us,
it makes me a little nervous, especially. I remember I was talking with Cynthia, just like, I can imagine when she's 18 and like telling me stuff that I don't want her to do. Like, I'm doing this. No, you're not. But I take it a day at a time, and I just try and always like relax, think about it. I just know I have a bigger responsibility now than just playing football. Now I have to raise a young woman, into a young woman. I'm very nervous about it, but I'm very happy at the same time.
Hey, Cody, I don't know you that well, man, but I know a little bit of your history. You've been showing us here. The first thing is your parents. I mean, they got you here. And, you got this far, and you're a great guy. You're so respected by everybody else that I have no doubt you're going to face that up just like we do in football, Take one step at a time, 1 yard at a time, one game at a time. Everything will play itself out. As long as you're honest with people, you do the right things, you get far. And football really teaches that lesson. We had Megan last week. He really talked about that and how that changed his life. And I think that's one of the difference between you playing the sport your whole life and you come into a new sport that nobody knows much about. You kind of have that value into your life. You take that in deeper. I don't want to say deeper, but you really take it in the sense that there are lessons there that we can learn. So I leave that up to you. I'm sure you're going to be doing great, and I'm happy that you're going to be with us for a while. Tell us about your experience, man. Semi-pro, Valley Storm. Wow, you went to a Storm team. Look, you see this helmet right here?
Yeah, I see it. Everyone used to bust me because I would wear, when I first got here to the Weilers, that was like, I brought a bunch of old jerseys with me. And when I started to play defense, I would wear my black Storm jersey. And people would be like, boo to the Storm. And I was like, I don't understand. But then as like you start to live here more in Brazil, especially in São Paulo, you learn more about Storm and their history. And I was like, oh, okay. And especially for the Weilers, I wasn't aware of this until last year. The Weilers have yet to beat the Storm in their entire existence.
Uh-oh. Don't say that.
Yeah, right. Your head coach.
You can say that now, man. We're good. We're good. We can say that now.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That's where I really love the sport of football, where like on the field you can be enemies, but as soon as the game's over, it's 0-0-0. You know what I mean? Like everyone's family, your friends. It was just a temporary time of competitiveness. You know what I mean? That's why I really love this sport. Like on the field, you're enemies. Off, you can be best of friends.
You had a good time with the Storm team?
So I personally had a very good year that year. I got invited to some national all-star down in Atlanta, Georgia. From there, I ended up winning offensive MVP of the game. I got signed to an agency, and they hooked me up with a bunch of open tryouts for the CFL. One, I actually got a call back from Winnipeg, went there, made a practice squad, but CFL is a whole different ball game. I can only imagine how NFL players think, man.
Okay, Cody. So this game, man.
Hey.
Tell us about this game. Before I click play, tell us a little bit about it.
So we were playing Hudson Valley Buccaneers, and so we ended up not. It's semi-pro, so a lot of guys don't commit as much. So we literally had like 15 guys. The other team had about 20, and we decided that we didn't care how many we had. We were just going to play to our best of our ability, and the rest is history.
Então, teve poucos jogadores, queriam só zoar e tava legal o jogo, então vamos assistir. Let's watch it and then we'll go back and you're going to walk us through it, okay? Let's watch it the first time.
Yep. Yay.
Oh, man. So, go on, man. What goes through your mind at this moment, dude?
Well, so it's a power left, where I'm sure most guys here that are going to watch this are football fans. It's where your guard pulls to the left, and this is one of my favorite offensive linemen ever to play with. And he even said, he's like, "Hey, I'm going to go way out. You just cut up underneath." And there was a huge lane. All I saw was the safety, and I didn't know. I don't know why I did what I did, but I did it and it happened. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't believe I cleared him was the funniest thing.
Could it be your track and field hurdles there?
Oh, 100%. When I did track and field, I was a high jump.
What was the name of the guard, man? Just in case the guy is watching, what's the name of the guard?
Michael Bryant. Yeah, Michael Bryant. I still talk to him to this day, man. He is a phenomenal.
We want him here. Bring him here. We want him in the Players Club, all right?
Absolutely. I could get him for that. Absolutely.
Hook us up. We want him here, definitely. Awesome. So you had a good time there. That's nice. A lot of learning, right?
Yeah. I ended up knowing that I knew the head coach. He was an ex-military sergeant, retired state trooper. I just known him through years through football. Like, I never actually played with him, but then one year he saw I came out to a tryout and he was like, "Oh man, you're here." I was like, "Yeah." And again, being semi-pro, it's hard to get a lot of guys to commit because you have a life outside of it. But I was just one of those guys that kept showing up and they kept letting me play, so I did what I could.
In 2015, you did a tryout or you went to a summer something with the CFL, right? The Canadian
2016. No, 16, 17, 2016. With the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, I ended up getting an invite to training camp. They normally don't actually let running backs stay, especially if you're an import. As an import, they expect you to start, but because I had a good attitude, I had good morale, that they actually just kept me around as a practice player for a year. So I was granted for it. I got decent money for it. I'm actually currently still living off of a lot of the CFL money.
Oh.
It's not much, man, but it's good money just for playing football.
Cara, você não sabe que a CFL é uma liga profissional do Canadá, nos Estados Unidos, no Canadá, né? Liga profissional de futebol americano. E ele acabou entrando nessa liga e até hoje ele ainda consegue receber por isso, mas teve uma lesão no joelho que acabou afastando ele. Mas por ter jogado um pouco, por ter se machucado ali, ele acabou entrando e ainda continua recebendo por isso. Então, para você ver como os caras cuidam de você, né? Quando você entra na equipe, eles cuidam de você. So in 2017, you went semi-pro with the New Jersey Stangs. Now, this is the part that we connect because I played for a team called BC Jets. The BC Jets were of Binghamton. They used to be called the Binghamton Tri-City something.
Okay.
They were also together, and we played against Syracuse Vipers. We played against Scranton Eagles. They were called Scranton Eagles.
Oh, that's going back, man.
The
Wow,
same,
I was little.
I played in 2001, dude. We played in the same league called Empire Football League. And a lot of people don't know this league. That's where the New Jersey Stangs are in it today. We played in Montreal. We played with Cincinnati Chiefs, with Connecticut Chiefs. We also played against New Jersey Panthers. None of these teams exist anymore.
No, and Scranton Eagles, man, they were a big Scranton's like really close to me. You got from cities, you got Wilkes-Barre, and then right next to it, as you know, Scranton. And they would always, my parents would always take us to their games when I was little, and I was like,
for real?
Who are yeah, man. I can't believe you just said that name. Very good. They actually had like 80 guys. Like they even had their own practice squad. Like they were very legitimate. I can't believe you just said that name, man. That brings back a lot of memories.
I'm telling you, man. It's like I told you, like I went through this stuff, man. Right out of high school. The problem with me is that I started playing for the BC Jets. They were a link with the New York Jets and the New York Giants. So there was some recruiting there because of the BC Jets. But they died out. They made it to another team, and I don't even think they're together anymore. But we used to play in New Jersey a lot, too. I forgot the name of the New Jersey team that we went there to play. But, it's interesting. I remember just thinking about that and making that link. I forgot what I was going to say related to that. But
no worries.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, man. And tell me, what was your experience like for them? Because I see you have a lot of highlights. These guys like you a lot because they still post stuff about you there. So what was that? What's the experience like?
It was really good. So going in, I ended up knowing the head coach. The head coach, Michael Kiefer, his name is. We call him Chief. He was actually he was my offensive lineman for the Storm team. And then he got, as you get older, you get into coaching. And he just called me. He's like, hey, man, I'm coaching a team up in New Jersey. I ended up becoming best friends with the owner. He was about my age. It was like one of the best times of my life, honestly. I mean, you had to take the team was about 2 hours away from me. So I had to drive all the way up there every Tuesday and Thursday, practice for about 2 hours, then drive home 2 hours. So it took up a lot of my time, but we were a very successful team because everyone bought into the system, even though it was semi-pro and no one was really making money for it. But, man, to this day, I still talk to all of them. They always ask how I'm doing and everything, and they love watching me play here in Brazil.
Yeah. I hear their comments a lot. Whenever you post something, they're always commenting. But that's what I was going to say. When I played for college, I didn't know about the rules that you can't play semi-professional. And we didn't get money, but we got everything else. Equipment, jerseys, food, everything paid for, everything. So what they did was they cut me out. So I couldn't continue to play college because of them. So I said I'm going to just play for them. So I stayed with them and I got out of the college sports. But then later on, I left the team because I wanted to continue my studies. Then I came to Brazil, went to Storm and everything like that. But I can definitely connect that. And then you left there and you came directly here, or where did you go before that?
So this is a very amazing story. Like, it's pure chance that I'm actually here in Brazil. So after the year with the Stags in 2017, as it wasn't 2018 quite yet, I started going to a lot of tryouts and workouts for arena teams. And there was a team, Glen Falls Gladiators. They were like a 2-year team. They were around. Never even went to their tryout. They just signed me out of nowhere. After they signed me, literally a day before camp, so I think it was March 1st. I believe it was March 1st of 2018. The team, as I'm packed, I'm ready to go to training camp. Their general manager calls me, and they're like, hey, Cody, how you doing? I'm like, good. He's like, you sitting down? I was like, yeah. He's like, hey, man, I got some bad news for you. And I was like, I already knew what was coming. I already knew it. So he ended up telling me, like, the team, they couldn't get enough money from sponsors to keep the team going. So they had the fold. So within like a 24-hour time span, I messaged all my friends about like arena teams and seeing if other arena teams still wanted to sign me. But like a couple of them just didn't get back to me quick enough, or I probably would have signed there. But a guy named Dion who played for the Wilders in 2018, I knew he was signed to an arena team that originally wanted to sign me. So I reach out to him, and he immediately gets back to me, and he's like, "Hey, man, I'm no longer with that team. I'm actually here in Brazil." And I was like, "What are you doing in Brazil, man?" Like I didn't understand. I never even knew Football Americano existed here yet.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, I'm playing football here, and it's an overseas thing. I have no idea how he even got here. I know him and Camargo somehow connected. I don't know how." But Dean's like, "Yeah, I'm here in Brazil." And I was like, "Hey, you guys need a running back?" He's like, "No, we need actually a quarterback." And I was like, "Well, I can play quarterback, man. No problem." I had
Wait, did you play before?
Yeah, I actually have some highlights from that Storm team. One game, a quarterback didn't show up.
Okay.
But the system we had, it was like I would call it at the line. If the linebacker wasn't on my slot receiver, I just make him do a bubble. If not, I just fake, take off, wildcat. But so I messaged Dion, and he's like, again, I'm here in Brazil. And as I'm talking to him, he's like, "Hey, send me your highlight. I'll give it to the president, and then he'll send it to the head coach." Within like 10 minutes, they're like, "Yeah, man, they want you." But again, being like here in Brazil, there's not a lot of money. They were like, "Hey, can you pay for your own ticket, get your own visa and everything to come here?" I was like, "Yeah, no problem." Got it. Within like 4 days, I left, and then I was here in Brazil. I think my first game we played, I was here on a Thursday I got here, and then a Saturday we played. So I was here for 48 hours, 2 days. During the walkthrough, though, it was so hot I actually vomited because I wasn't used to the heat yet here in Brazil. But yeah, the rest is I'm here only by chance, man. It was just like because Dion instantly got back to me. I'm here now, and now I'm a Weiler.
I have to translate this. It's awesome, man. Então, ele estava entrando numa liga de arena lá e ele entrou em contato com um cara que jogou para eles, né, nessa arena, no time, e o cara não estava mais lá, ele estava aqui no Brasil, né, e ele chamou ele para vir, chamou o Cody para vir jogar aqui no Brasil, e o resto é história, a gente já sabe o resto, mas assim, em menos de 24 horas já estava pisando no campo com a camisa do Warriors jogando, sem saber coisa nenhuma de que estava acontecendo. Então, é bem legal essa história aí. E a gente estava falando dessa Empire Football League, que é uma liga que eu joguei também, mas eu joguei bem antes dele, né? Tava até comentando alguns times que a gente jogou, que esses times nem existem mais e tal, mas hoje esse time ele jogava na mesma liga que eu, então, bem legal. So, 2018, you played to Wilders. You talked about the heat, man. Now, this heat is not the same as the heat in São Paulo, okay? Even though we're in the same freaking state, it's not
I've been told.
same heat. What is it like for you? Like, let's talk about the town first. What is the town like for you? How do people accept you, and how do they treat you now? How do you see Rio Preto, compared to where you were living before?
Mm-hmm. So, for one, like I said, I'm from a very, very small city in Pennsylvania. So coming here, it was like I was going to New York City. It's a big city, a lot of people, big buildings, a lot of traffic, so much traffic. In the heat, though, the heat was one of the biggest things where I was like, "Oh man, it's real hot," and people would be like, "Yeah, welcome to Hell Preto," and I was like, I could see it. I mean, forgive my language, but a lot of people would give me that one. And when I first got here in 2018, I would help with the team with promotion. Like I'd go on the street, hand out flyers for games. And some people were like, "Wait, our city has a team?" They had no idea that football was being played here. Some did, but I'd say majority of the population here in the city, they really didn't know. Yeah. And then we had like good success. We went to the championship for SPFL, lost. But from there, it like helped us grow because the city recognized the team in 2018. And then, like, it's because of Coach Alex, Camargo, the whole board of the Wilders, they're really spreading the sport and the team around the city, where now, like, if I go around and I'm wearing Wilders, people will be like, oh, football Americano is I know what they're saying, but I can't say it correctly. Like, they're saying that, oh, that's a football player, a football Americano player. And then a lot of people, they know more of the team than me per se. You know what I mean? As it should be. It's not one person makes a team.
Yeah.
But like it blows their mind that they have an American here, and they're like, what? Why is there a gringo here? But now, like, you can't go in the city without somebody like noticing. Like, if you have this emblem on, people know, like, oh, that's Wilders. He's part of the Wilders.
Listen,
so it's really no, sorry.
No, go ahead. Finish it up.
I was just saying that, like, it just in a 2-year span, you could just see like the sport grow in the city, and it's an honor to be a part of it. You know what I mean?
Dude, you guys are making history there, man. Amazingly. And not only there, but we're talking about when I started playing here, there was some teams there that people – and then you know what happened in Brazil? They start playing, and then one person doesn't like something, and he breaks off and he makes his own team. So there was like 3 or 4 teams there, and we're like, man, another team – because it's so freaking far away that you're like, why are you making so many teams? Just make one team that, you know, you can do things with. So they decided to do that. And the Wilders came long time ago. When I first started playing, I was having some conflict with the teams here and everything. And I was talking to the president at the time and the coach, and I almost had a chance to go there. But again, the distance was really far from me. And
it's very far.
Yeah, 6 hours, man. 6 hours.
Yeah, man.
So I was like, no. And then I went there in 2018 with Corinthians Steamrollers, and we went to play you guys. I hate that game. Anyways, it was like 36-0. I don't know. We don't want to talk about that, okay?
Yeah.
Listen, one of the things I noticed, we got there, we got to the hotel, and the people were talking about us. You guys are going to lose. I'm like, what? Who the heck are you? We went to the shop, and they wouldn't even allow us to go to the freaking store. Like, we went to the sports store, and they're like, you guys cannot come here. And I just saw Wilders everywhere. I'm like, oh, I understand. You know, you guys are going to lose tonight. You guys are going to lose tonight. And you see, like, you're sitting down to eat, and these people walk by. They're like, oh, that's Corinthians. They're going to lose. That's Corinthians. And I'm like, come on. Like, we literally had to get a place to sleep, like, a little bit outside of the downtown place.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it was like, we don't know what the hell is going to happen to us, you know. And Brazilians,
I understand,
they're so attached, like, and that's the thing, man. That's the valuable thing you guys got there. You don't have a football team, a soccer team. You don't have a soccer team. So everybody embrace whatever brings them joy, whatever brings them, you know, titles and, you know, and goodness. Because not only you guys are a team, but you also do. I know you guys do like flag team and you know, small children and everything like that. So I want to congratulate all of the institution. You guys do a phenomenal job, but I got to tell you, man, everything changed as soon as you got it there. And I'm not saying you because you player Cody, but how everything you and Coach Alexandre, you guys gelled together, but you made this team into – I remember I coached 2 offensive alignments for the national team or something, and they were very good, but nobody knew who the hell they were. And as soon as you guys stepped in, and I'm talking to both of you, everybody gelled up. He went someplace, he came back to the Wilders. Other people went someplace, came back to the Wilders, and you guys start putting these guys. I know I gotta say, like, I watched The Last Chance and The Last Dance. Sorry, Michael Jordan, you know, The Last Dance. And I gotta tell you, man, like, your competitiveness really brought this team to a higher level. And the way Coach Alexandre works, phenomenal. Just amazingly to see how much you guys grew. And I use you guys also as – sorry, I'm talking too much, but I use you guys as an example. I use you guys as an example all the time, you know? Like, you can't build – you know that better than I do. You can't build a team from day to night, and you don't build a team around one guy. You know? You have to have a project. And I said, they lost in 2018, but they will come back, and they'll come back even stronger. So I thank you guys all of you guys, I saw quarterbacks going through. I saw linebackers playing a hell of a game, strong safety, offensive line. So, well, congratulations to you and the team for really building this program up.
Yeah, I'm just a small piece of the puzzle. I was honored that Coach Alex, he came in when I came in after him. But I think it was just the football gods looking down on Rio Preto or something. It was just a perfect storm. Yeah. No pun intended, because you're a storm coach. But it was the perfect storm where
it was.
I came in because they would tell me how the team didn't really have an official head coach until Coach Alex, and him coming in here and him getting experience at Baylor, especially at a top program like that. He saw how football should be played and coached and taught and played the correct way, and that it's really good for him to come back and help grow the sport here. Like you played in America, so you know how it is firsthand. You can guide the guys in the right way. And for me, as a player, I've always been a soldier. You tell me what you need me to do, and I will do it 110%, no questions asked. And the first thing, you got to have guys buy into the system. And I think in 2018, we only had 25 guys. So we all, as a small group, we clicked, we made it all work. And I remember me and Coach Alex, we were talking when I came back here in 2019 before we started playing in the SPFL, where he thought, and I agree with him, in 2018, us losing might have been the best thing for us in the championship because it humbled us. It really made sure that we got to cross the T's, dot the I's, the X's and the O's, take care of the little things so they'll add up to the big things.
Exato. So that's something I gotta bring that out, man. É uma das coisas que a gente está falando aqui, né? Como o Cody entrou e ele entrou meio por acaso e junto com ele veio o coach Alexandre também e os dois realmente mudaram a cara desse time. Ele não dá tanto crédito para ele, mas eu dou porque eu acho que ele motivou a galera a crescer. Teve um projeto junto com a diretoria inteira. Esse projeto veio aos poucos, né? Ele foi adquirindo jogadores, ele comenta aqui, ele começou com 23, 24, 25 jogadores aí no time, isso fez a diferença para ele lá na frente, mas hoje está com um elenco totalmente renovado, está com um elenco muito forte pelo projeto que eles colocaram. E ele perdendo em 2018, acabou trazendo esse gel, né? Acabou trazendo uma coisa ainda melhor para eles, foi uma coisa positiva nesse caso, dele estar, né, nessa reta tão alta aí, subindo aí jogo após jogo, ganhando invicto aí o ano inteiro. Então, parabéns para eles, parabéns para todos do Rio Preto Wireless, que realmente quando a gente entra, ano passado que eu joguei lá, a gente entra dentro daquela cidade, todo mundo sabe. Então, você entra em shopping, você tem cartaz, você entra em restaurante, o pessoal tá falando, você entra na televisão, tá todo mundo lá. Então, assim, realmente construíram uma família e o pessoal lá abraçou a causa. Então, parabéns aí para todos. Ok, Cody, fala para nós, cara. Tell us, before we go into the big moment, tell us, I know it was around third down. You're playing the finals. You guys just broke everybody else's back, and you got to the finals. It's 13-14, and it's been back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But at this moment here, Waters, I think it was third down. Tell us about this moment here before we click play.
The first thing I got to say is I was dead tired this entire game. I was playing offense and defense. Right here, I give all the credit to Coach Alex scheming and then also to our offensive lineman, man. I would put my money on us Weilers having the best offensive lineman. We just have the best chemistry. But again, so it's third down here, and Coach calls a power. And man, this is one of my favorite plays because I can always set up a linebacker to try and give him a move, the leverage, the moving of everything. But like I said, I mean, I wanted so bad for my first year here to win a championship, and we only had 24 guys, 25 guys playing in this championship, and man, I wanted nothing more than to win for the guy next to me. You know what I mean?
Let's watch it. Not this play.
Oh, it's okay. I know.
The next one.
Yeah, I honestly couldn't. I can't believe I stayed up right here, man. I'll never forget though, because at the end of this clip here, like, all right, I'm excited, but then I drop because I realized I have to go back out on defense, and we have like a whole game still to go.
Start
Like,
again, man. Start again. We couldn't hear you. Start again.
Oh, okay. So during this whole play, I remember. So I cut up. Lizzo made a good block, and I just read it. I made him correct as I cut out, and then I remember 28 or I can't remember the number. I went for a stiff arm, and he slapped my hand down immediately. So then I went, and I knew when he was coming to grab me, I tried to swift under his arm tackle. So somehow I made it out of it. I can't. To this day, I still don't know how I stayed up. It was I don't know. And then towards the end, I know the backside corner, number 21, I saw him under my peripheral, and I was like, there's no way I'm letting you hit me out of bounds. So I gave him the shoulder, and he just bounced off. And then after I scored, though, I couldn't believe it because, like, I throw up, and then I look towards our sideline, and I'm realizing, like, we still have, like, 2 more quarters to go, man. But I was so excited in the moment, but then in my mind, I was like, oh, right back out on defense, man. Here we go.
It was very hard game, man. It was very hard. And I got to disagree with you on one thing. I mean, there was no offensive line blocking. There was no running back blocking. There was no wide receiver blocking. You just took on the whole team, man. The running back just hand off the ball, and you took on the whole team. You broke, like, almost everybody's tackle. So, at least on this, I mean, the whole game was awesome. But this play right here, I give you total credit. I mean, I'm a coach, and I know we're not supposed to say that. But credit's due to credit's due. And congratulations to you, man. I think for me, playing against you, having studied your game, having studied Coach Alexandre's amazing offense that year, all the things you guys did together, I really give a lot of value to all of you. And I'm not putting directors aside either because they played a big part. But I played against you guys. I studied Gio. I studied the coach's defense. I studied him. We played against each other. The second game was much better. It was hard. You broke one off, and I was like, we couldn't make one little mistake, and we did, and you caught right to it. But that got you guys to the finals. And I was really cheering up for you. And unfortunately, you had an injury there towards the end that didn't get you guys going back and forth. But I think it left you this little taste in your mouth for someone called Portuguesa, right? Portuguesa is.
Yeah, I honestly, I was hoping to play them in the SPFL in 2019, but their organization, like, I understand they'd rather just play in nationals. It's probably it saves money in the long run. I don't know, but I'm as you are, you're competitive. You don't like to lose, man.
Of course.
And I felt if I didn't get hurt, we had a good chance of winning.
And you guys did awesome, man. I got to tell you. And we never know what would it be if you guys had won that game. You know what I mean? Like, would you still be this amazing team that's undefeated, that's, lost one game last year and couldn't wait to get to the field this year to kick someone's butt, like, right off the bat?
But like I was saying, I agree with Coach Alex where he said how, like, he thought as an organization that was probably the best thing for us was to lose. Like you said, put that bad taste in our mouth to keep us motivated. Because, like, now every time, like, we're even at practice and we're having a bad practice, I'm like, how do you guys forget, like, so soon? Like, we just lost not less than 2 years ago in a championship.
Cody, agora a gente vai falar em português, tá? Português. Eu quero que você fale um pouco sobre essa camisa aqui, ó. Is there a rivalry? I just want to know. Tem uma rivalidade aí? Como que é esse jogo? How is this game for you guys? When you guys ready to play, is it a rivalry or, like, how is it for you guys?
for me personally, I see every team I play as a rivalry.
Okay.
But with the Spartans, the first year we played them, it was like a huge, not a blowout, but we had a good game, I guess you could say. But then when we played them in the BFA, I was still new to being our quarterback. I wasn't making the right reads, but like I could still run the ball. But after like they were playing football, but a little bit tougher than normal. And what makes it even tougher, their field is like getting tackled on rocks.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a tough field to play on, but I do like playing them. One thing I do love about Brazilians, they love to talk a lot of trash, and I personally don't know what they're saying, so I just laugh and I'm like, "Tudo bom, tudo bem." But there was a couple hits in that game where
Okay.
I personally I thought it was a dirty hit, and I remember some coach was yelling at me, but I think it's a little bit of a rivalry, I guess you could say.
Ok, good. Ok, we'll take that, we'll take that. Então ele fala que o Spartans é um jogo sempre difícil, sempre duro. Talvez teve alguns momentos que ele achou que não era bem justo ali e tal, teve algum late hit, alguma coisa assim. Mas é um jogo truncado, e principalmente jogando no campo deles, né? Talvez eles iam jogar lá, ficando um pouco mais diferente, mas ele leva com uma esportividade, até por causa da linguagem e tal, mas ele acha que todo time é uma rivalidade e talvez vem crescendo, sendo sim uma rivalidade aí pro Warriors. Então, tá aí, pessoal do Warriors, tá aí, pessoal do Spartans, uma mensagem aí para vocês, beleza? Mas tudo saudável, tá? A gente fala aqui em futebol americano, a gente conhece o futebol americano muito bem para saber o que a gente pode fazer dentro de campo e não pode fazer, o que a gente consegue e não consegue. So the only thing I put up on your words there is that we know American football and we know that we can do some things that is legal inside of the game rules and some things not legal, and that we don't tolerate and they shouldn't tolerate and nobody should tolerate. So rivalry is always an awesome thing as long as a healthy thing for both teams and it grows.
I agree. Okay. I agree.
Big Daddy Cody, big finish. Big finish for us, okay? Quick answers, okay. Not so much thinking. Don't have to give a lot of response to it if you don't want to. If you want to, it's okay. So okay. Let's see how good you are with this kind of idea. Big finish. Niagara Falls or Iguaçu Falls?
I'm gonna say Niagara. I don't know the other one.
Okay, big waterfalls in Brazil. Okay, Paraná, you should go to.
Okay.
Iguaçu Falls. Christ Redeemer or Statue of Liberty?
What's the first one? I don't understand.
Cristo Redentor in Rio. The Christ Redeemer.
Oh, the big Jesus?
Yeah.
That one. The Brazilian one.
Okay. Hershey or Nestlé?
Ooh. Oh God, I don't know. I'll go Hershey because there's a Hershey's in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, of course. I don't even say that. Picanha or steak?
Oh, picanha. Oh
really?
Boy. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Churrasco or barbecue?
Oh, churrasco, boy.
You're Brazilian, man.
Barbecues are horrible in America, man. It's a burger, hot dog, that's it. Churrasco, okay. That's where it's at.
Okay. Brahma or Bud Light?
Oh, Brahma.
Brahma? Okay.
Brahma.
Wow. Surfing or skiing?
Neither. Say again. Sorry.
Surfing or skiing?
I'm not much of a skier. I'll say surfing.
You're not?
Oh, no, okay.
Okay.
Never liked it.
I worked at a ski resort in Pennsylvania called Mount Home. It was awesome. But I don't like skiing so much either. You been to the beaches here?
Where did we go? What beach did we go since here? Yeah. Oh, God, I don't know.
São Sebastião. It's close to here.
You hear it? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's close.
Yeah,
that's São Paulo.
We went there for our honeymoon.
Okay, cool.
Is that where? Yeah.
Cool.
Did you hear that?
Call her here, man. We need to meet her. These guys want to meet her.
Vem aqui.
Hi, Cynthia. How are you?
Good.
How are you? Good.
Good.
Pode me ajudar também no português, tá? Sou muito mal. Cody, hot or cold?
Hot.
Hot weather?
Yeah.
Give me a funny moment.
Oh God, a funny moment.
In American football, if you want.
Where you say shit for Sonego learning.
One of my teammates, Sonego here, taught me how to like follow pouco merda. I'm not gonna say it here, but he taught me like some bad words that like when I practice, I'll give him like one of those bad words that I always talk to him about. Yeah.
Okay. Big dream.
I mean, as a little kid, I always wanted to play in the NFL. That would probably be my biggest dream, to see if I could actually make it to that level, even if it was a practice squad player again.
Cody, I'd like for you to tell us the last thing. How difficult is it to get to the NFL, guy? Because people here think, why didn't you go to the NFL? I'm like, me? Like, junior college? No, man, it's not that simple.
The NFL, I wish I had a chart to show you where it's even so small of a percentage for you to even make it to a college, JUCO, D3, D2. It's such a hard percentage. And then to the NFL, like, it's got to be the perfect storm. One, you have to have a good college career. I had a good one, but I didn't have a great one. It is so extremely hard. Like, think of it like this. You would have to work out every day until you're exhausted, and then you have to do 100 times more that. And then what also comes down to it, I have a lot of friends that played in the NFL. They even agree where they told me, like, some of it is politics. You do have to know the right people. But it is very, very, very difficult to make it to the NFL.
Good. That could be a lesson to a lot of people. Let's Cynthia talk now. Where is she? Oi, Cynthia, tudo bem?
Tudo bem. Meu inglês não é 100%, viu?
Não, fica tranquila. Bem-vindo aí. Agradeço a participação do seu marido. Vou falar para você que esse cara tá fazendo uma grande diferença na história do futebol americano brasileiro. Eu acho que você tá por dentro de muito que acontece. As pessoas falam muito dele. É um pé no saco a hora que você tem que jogar contra, porque é muito estudo, você tem que se dedicar muito para todo o esforço que ele faz e tudo o que o Oilers fez, né, durante esses 2-3 anos aí, e a gente vê um avanço gigante. A gente não vê a hora dele entrar dentro de campo, até para a mídia também, todo mundo já está bombardeando, mas eu queria saber de você, não só como jogador, mas como marido. O que ele significa para você?
O Cody, tipo assim, eu falo que eu nunca fui muito do meio do esporte, sempre fiz quando era mais nova e tudo, mas quando ele entrou na minha vida, você acaba que eu não fazia ideia do que era futebol americano. E o esforço não é só dele. O coach, ele é tipo assim, ele é muito focado, o coach Alexandre, os outros coaches também. O time, o coach, ele é muito de tipo assim, ele não é, eu vou fazer. Ele é muito de tipo, ele manda mensagem para todos os meninos, vem aqui em casa, vamos treinar, vamos não sei o quê, tipo, para não ficar parado. Por ele treina 4, 5 vezes por dia. Então, ele é muito esforçado. Se tem jogo, ele... Te juro por Deus, teve uma vez que eu acho que eu vi filme de jogo umas 7 vezes, tipo, a noite inteira. A gente ficou vendo a madrugada inteira jogo do adversário, dele estudando o adversário. Então, ele é muito focado nisso. E como marido, eu realmente eu me surpreendi muito, assim, sabe? Porque eu já fui casada, fiquei 11 meses casada, me divorciei, porque eu falei, homem, eu não quero nunca mais na minha vida. Aí eu falo, acho que Deus mandou de outro país, porque os daqui não servem pra mim. Ele é muito bonzinho, o Cody, ele ajuda, sabe? Ele não é aquele, não, mulher tem que fazer, se vira. Sei. Ele ajuda, ele é super companheiro, ele não gosta muito de sair de casa.
Okay.
É um dos defeitos e qualidades, né? Depende.
Ótimo.
Mas, tipo assim, vamos na casa de fulano. Ele fala, sério? Tipo, vamos ficar em casa, fala para eles virem aqui. Tipo, mas ele é, tipo, maravilhoso. Eu acho que ele vai ser um pai exemplar. Como eu sempre falo para minha mãe, ele tem o triplo de paciência que eu tenho. Então, acho que a hora do choro, dessas coisas, acho que vai ser mais o pai mesmo. Ele é fantástico. Tipo, não tenho do que reclamar.
Sensacional,
Obrigada.
fenomenal. Parabéns aí para vocês. Com certeza vai ser uma criança muito feliz, principalmente
Amém.
tudo que ele já aprendeu no futebol americano. Você trazendo sua bagagem vai ajudar bastante ele, vai ajudar a família inteira. Então, parabéns aí para vocês. E estão convidados para vir para São Paulo. A gente vai para as praias também, se for o caso. Vem conhecer aqui a 23, 25 de março, toda a bagunça que tem, mas tem bastante coisa legal também. Então, vocês dois estão convidados aí. Tem uma churrascaria. Churrasco ele gosta, churrasco ele gosta.
Nossa, ele ama churrasco.
Então vocês estão convidados aí para vir, tá bom?
Obrigada.
Yo, dude, that's it, man. Thank you so much, guy, for being with us. Thank you, Cynthia, for allowing him to be with us. You guys are a really great couple. I can't wait to see Cody in the field again. You wanna send your last shout out to anybody, Cody?
Personally, one, Cynthia, thank you for everything, all that. For anything, for like athletes that are watching this, like, hey man, the NFL may be hard, but like don't sell yourself short. Always try to do your best. Always listen to your coach. Always know you're not always right. You know what I mean? Keep on keeping on, and I appreciate for you having me on as a guest, man. If you ever invite me ever again, I will absolutely be on. This is awesome what you're doing to help grow the sport, especially during this hard time with Corona and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually really nice not to hear or talk about Corona. It was nice just to talk with a friend, with the football. Like, we've seen each other so many times, man. So, and I hope to see you again soon, especially on the field.
Yeah, for sure, guy. I mean, I met you for maybe 5 minutes. We didn't talk very much, but I could already see why you're such a success there and why you're such a humble guy. You know, just keep that up. We have many Americans or whatever international players come play, guy. But nobody really cares about the team as much as you do with the Wilders, and I think that's what makes the difference with this team. And you're the heart and soul, but you don't keep that burden on you. You really pass on to someone else, and you know, you depend on the whole team to keep moving up. So congratulations to you. Congratulations to the team. And dude, it's amazing having you here. Thank you for the Players Club, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. So
I did, man. Thank you very much. I can't wait to see the next episode.
Awesome. So next episode, we're going to meet Luis Polostri Neto. Must be. We're going to learn about him. He's a middle linebacker for the T-Rex. He played for the national team. He's the captain of the national team. So everybody else sign up there. Next week, we're going to be interviewing him. And Cody, I hope to see you soon, man.
Muito obrigado.
Take care, bro. Thanks so much.
Ciao. Thank you.
Right. Thanks. Guys, that's another episode. Please sign up to Slack Smack. Coach Mike is there. Cody, amazing guy. Thanks so much. We'll see each other next time. I'm Daniel Clouston. See ya.
Ciao.